Hi everyone, I'm Shauna and welcome to the channel. Today's video is one of my favorites to film and it's been a long time coming. I have my clothing rack beside me, so I think you know what that means. It's my fall capsule wardrobe. I'm a little cozy this time around. I have my tea. Still, we're in November now, but I can still enjoy my pumpkin chai. So in this video, I'm going to be taking you through my fall capsule. This time around, this video is going to look just a little bit different than in the past to hopefully make it more helpful and useful, which is in keeping with the intention of my building a better capsule little mini series. And another reason why I want to kind of chat through my pieces this time instead of just showing the clothes on my body, which will come, by the way. I want to talk through my pieces because I've actually designed my capsule to be different or has a different design than in the past. So I'm going to explain that. And then in the second half of the video, I will have my traditional showing the pieces on my body. I want to first talk you through the vision for this capsule and how it's actually changed since I established that vision board in that styling phase, or in the visioning phase, sorry. I'm gonna put the mood board that I created on the screen so you have a bit of a refresh, or if you're new here, you get to see it for the first time. My style words were really the guiding force behind this capsule and really shaped my intentions, as well as a lot of the images and inspiration that I used for my capsule. The palette and style of my mood board I feel is really cohesive in terms of colors, with the browns, the tans, and the blacks. And the mood board, in my opinion, really embodies this kind of minimalist style. In this capsule creation process, I realized that there was a part of my style that I was ignoring. It literally felt like I wasn't allowed to like these things. I had interests that seemed really different from what I had come to wear on this channel, but also in my real life. And I was worried, I guess, in the back of my mind, thinking about what would other people think of me, or could I show up to X wearing this? I didn't realize how much I had let the concerns of other people, or what I assumed other people would think, kind of infiltrate my own wardrobe. And I kind of let that go. What I'm specifically talking about is my interest in a more romantic style. And you might have seen some of that come through in the summer with things like some of the ruffles that I chose and some of the colors or silhouettes. Some of the hallmarks of this more feminine or romantic style have been some of the colors, as well as a lot of ruffles and statement sleeves. I really embraced that this capsule. I didn't buy a lot of things that had those kind of features. I would say maybe about 5 things, but that's enough to really let me embody or try it out and kind of actually implement it into my style. And I've worn a lot of these pieces, and quite frankly, these are a lot of the things that make me feel my most self. And I do like the minimal style, and it's just come to play less of a feature than it has in the past. So the style words that actually made it onto my capsule were chic, minimal, intentional, and comfortable. And I have since ousted comfortable. Comfortable is now, she's gone. And in the first video I created where I was talking about my vision for my capsule, I also talked about the word effortless. And that never made it onto the final vision board, but it's something that I used to conceptualize my capsule and something I did talk about. And I got rid of comfortable and effortless for kind of similar reasons. I wanted to put romantic in there, and that putting romantic in did change the color palette slightly, although not a ton. I wanted to remove comfortable because my style moved too far in that direction in a way that I felt didn't represent me or didn't make me feel like my best self, and in reality got in the way of my life and my style. I was wearing clothes that I felt comfortable in but didn't make me feel like my best self or my most authentic self. It did hinder me. So that's all I really want to say about that. So now to talk about the capsule structure. I have designed this particular capsule to be made up of 3 mini capsules. And part of that is to just kind of have some fun with my clothing, but the other part is to address some of the other needs of my wardrobe. Now, to reference back to number one, I created this little bucket system to represent the things I do in my life, so my wardrobe matches my lifestyle. And if you'll recall, about 70% of my life fit into this bucket one, more casual style, and then this another 30% fit into this less casual, more, I'm gonna use fancy for lack of a better term, this more fancy or elevated type of clothing. And now, referencing back to what I was talking about with comfortable style, the comfortableness of my clothing kind of infiltrated too far into too much of my wardrobe, into too much of what I was doing. And there were a lot of instances I had, recalling back, that I was showing up to clothing, I was showing up to events or things not feeling like my best self, maybe underdressed, or feeling like I had nothing to wear because I truly had nothing to wear to that thing. Nothing that was appropriate. So to mitigate that problem, this 3 capsule structure is hopefully going to allow me to do that. So capsule 1 is going to represent the most casual part of my style, and it'll be about 10 pieces. So I can have comfortable clothes that are my most casual, but they won't take over my life. The second part of the capsule is going to be an additional 10 pieces, and these are going to represent my most elevated pieces, things that I can wear to activities that are my most elevated. And then capsule 2 is going to be between 15 to 20 pieces, and it's going to bridge the gap. And the reason for this middling capsule is so that I can ask my clothes to be more versatile, so they can cross over and be worn in both kinds of circumstances, or circumstances like, let's say, a date where you could go more casual, but maybe don't necessarily need to be the most elevated. I could if I wanted to, but kind of this more middling ground. So right now I just have my coats on my clothing rack, and I'm actually going to bring things out by capsule and then talk you through each kind of mini capsule, and then we'll get on to the second half into trying things on. So let's get started and let's talk about the first more casual capsule. So I just brought out my first 10 pieces, and I'm just going to talk you through things kind of in groups so you can hear why I selected these items for this capsule. I'm going to talk about the pants first because they're just hanging here for now. They're going to be folded on the bottom just for the sake of having some room here. So let's talk about the pants. I also have 2 of the exact same pair of these cargo style pants, or like a jogger. I have it in a green, and I also have it in a black. These actually just came today. I have had these since about mid-September, and they are the most worn thing in my capsule so far. I've been tracking the wears of everything. I've worn these 8 times since September 15th-ish. And I love them so much and have really been lacking casual pants or sweatpants. I bought it in a second color, and every single one of my tops up there on the ledge right now can be worn with either of these. I do have a green sweater that I probably wouldn't wear with the green pants, but the other 2 work. For fall and winter, I replaced my ASOS t-shirts with these long sleeve tees. These are both made out of Supima cotton. I just have a black and a white. If I'm going to be layering under anything, it's going to be something like this. I also, just like an FYI, I have t-shirts like this one where their sole purpose is just for layering only. They're not up here because they are not meant to be seen. They are not meant to be fashion. They are just for warmth. These ones, on the other hand, can be for that purpose, but they can also be seen or styled under any of the cardigans that I have. They work for all of them that I own, and they can totally be for fashion purposes. That's why I bought them. They are so soft, like so buttery. They're really beautiful. I have three sweatshirts for this capsule. The one I'm wearing now, and then this classic Frank and Oak speckled one. Did wear it recently, so there's a bit of makeup on it. And then I also bought this one. It's still Frank and Oak, and it's the exact same style. I think it's called their gym fleece or sweat fleece, something like that. You have like the same detail here, And the only major difference, the lining is the same on both. It's this like fleece lining. The only difference for these is that this one does fit a little bit slimmer than the speckled one. They have, in my opinion, changed their sizing, and they've also introduced new sizes. So I do like the fit of this one just a little bit more. It's just a little bit more slim. And then just like a nice added detail is that they have like embroidered frank and oak onto the hem. So I have been loving this color. This is the second most worn piece in my collection right now, or my wardrobe, sorry, and I just like love them, can't get enough. And the last piece is this Cezanne sweater. It's in this coffee color. I know it should be folded. It will go back to being folded soon. It has this like button detail here, and it's really kind of slinky. I can layer this over t-shirts or a long sleeve shirt. It works perfectly fine. It goes really beautifully with the other colors and all of the pants. And this is something that, like, while it is still casual, it's the dressier part of this little wardrobe here, or this mini capsule, sorry, and can be dressed up just a little bit with like maybe a boot or like a skinny jean, a nicer jacket, and it can be elevated a little bit more than a sweatshirt. So that's partly why it's in here, and I think it's so comfortable and I love the color. And if you'll notice, there's only 9 things in here, so that does leave me some room to play with for the next one. Now back with the next set of pieces, and one of the things I do want to mention is that each of these capsules can be worn by themselves, which is what they're designed to, but also to mix and match with each other. So these are meant to be dual purpose. Now let's get into the second capsule, which I think is just a little bit more fun. The first 2 pieces are these bottoms. They're both a paper bag waist pant. I would wear the tan one casually as well. I kind of love a paper bag pant, which is why I have 2. I thought about only putting in 1, but I just love this style so much that I want to. And this is something that is like a really quick, kind of almost like a uniform, where like for casually, the uniform can be a jogger and a sweatshirt. For this capsule, the uniform can really easily be the paper bag pant and a beautiful blouse, or a paper bag pant and a lightweight top, something like that. And I love the simplicity of that, and I kind of love that I have a uniform built into both. And they do, like, they're different colors and they do have a slightly different fit. The black ones are a little bit more formal, and they are like actually a dress pant from like a dressy shop. They are secondhand, but something that I don't think I've really used on this channel all that much. A bit of something different for me is a skirt. This is a wool skirt from Cezanne. This fits really beautifully, and it has black and blue woven into the skirt, and it is lined as well. So I think that this would look good with even like some of those plainer tops that I mentioned in the first capsule. The last piece for this capsule is a darker skinny jean, or a dark blue skinny jean. These are just a classic and something that I love to wear. In my opinion, a skinny like jean is more elevated than a straight, and so if I'm looking to be a little bit more polished, I like a skinny jean. I also have 2 lightweight shirts. I have one maroon and then one blue. These can go, I have a blazer that you'll see. Both of them would also look great with the skirt, and I really love these are 2 different silhouettes. This one is just a little bit less fitted, and this one is pretty like tight to the body, and I kind of love that. I have 2 blouses. This one is this floral blouse, and this one does have a lot of the colors of the capsule built into it. It has green, it has like that ecru or cream color. It also has maroon, which has come to be a really integral color in this capsule, and I've already worn it. Totally love this, and I would wear this on a date. So it still is multitasking, but I think I would just be more inclined to wear it to school. I also have this blouse. This is denim. She was just washed recently and I need to steam her. This is such a super thick denim blouse. I love the frills. I've worn this to school too. This one can be worn alone in the winter, like it's so thick. But I've also tested both of these under cardigans and they totally work fine. I really love these blouses and they're some of my favorite in my wardrobe. I think the most favorite thing I own is this. This is such a beautiful sweater. It is technically a cardigan, but I just wear it like a sweater. And this is high enough where you could wear almost like any shirt underneath it. So like, oh my, do you see how excited I get over this particular piece? I love it. The last piece in this section is my blazer. I love this for fall and for winter. I can wear long sleeves underneath it or a short sleeve t-shirt if I was so inclined, but definitely not at this time of year. It is November and it just has all these gorgeous colors. Again, that like blue, that navy, sorry, that kind of rusty brown. I love it a lot. So I have 18 pieces because the first capsule was 9. It's more like I have 17 pieces, which makes this 37 pieces total, which is fine by me. I'm going to talk about some of the knits first as they're kind of hanging out. I have 2 knitwear pieces here. I have my Everlane Alpaca Crew sweatshirt. This is lightweight and I usually wear a t-shirt underneath it, so it's really perfect for this time of year. I also have this black wool sweater from Aritzia. This is like fall winter for sure, so this is like one of the heaviest pieces that I own. I can still layer with something underneath it for the extra warmth. I might not need or want to wear this every day because it is the heaviest knits that I own, almost period. There's only like 1 or 2 other exceptions that are for the like -30 days. This will probably get me there, or I could probably wear it on those kinds of days because it's so like thick and warm. I did debate on putting this in right now, but we're kind of getting into that territory and it's okay if there's some pieces in here to grow into. The other 2 knitwear pieces are my Aritzia kind of rusty color sweater. I actually washed it for the first time since I bought it last year. This is something where I always wear something underneath it and I was so scared to wash this because it's made of wool. And I've owned other Aritzia pieces I bought secondhand that said you could wash them, but the moment you put them in water, they just like shrunk and were goners. I did wash this in the washing machine on cold. It was perfectly fine, and on the delicate setting. And it smells great and a little bit overdue. This is one of my favorite knitwear pieces. And the last knitwear piece is one of my favorites. It's a Cezanne knit in this really beautiful yellow color. I think such a statement, beautiful shade for this time of year. Let's talk about the lightest weight pieces first, and I have 2 t-shirts. I have this Everlane one and then this green Frank and Oak one. I only have 2 t-shirts in here because at this time of year, it's very rare that I'm gonna wear a t-shirt to be seen, and that would be under a cardigan. That'd be the only way I'd really wear these. Maybe it's just my thinking. I don't know if anybody else is out there who's like me, but if I'm wearing something just to layer, just for warmth, I don't want to use my nicest t-shirts or my graphic t-shirts, my best kind of quality things, because you can't see them. You won't ever know that I'm wearing a graphic tee. And if there's any chance that I'll take off a sweatshirt, I'm perfectly fine layering one of those underneath. But at this time of year, we're just kind of not in that territory. And there aren't a lot of days where I'd wear a t-shirt under a cardigan, or I would take off my sweatshirt and I could maybe see what's underneath. So I just have 2, and these are my favorite t-shirts, kind of statement colors, if you will. So I can wear either of these if I'm a little bit warmer, I guess, or if I want to wear them under a cardigan. And then I have a couple of mid-weight shirts. I have this blue and white one, such a classic for me. You've seen it in capsules before. I also introduced a new stripe, another Saison with the button details. This one is really thick. This one will be really great across winter as well. And then this one is still like technically a blouse, but it's a little bit more on the casual side. You can dress it up for sure with like a heeled boot or something like that, but this one just feels less dressy than some of the other ones I showed before, and that's why I think it really belongs in that middle territory. I also have 4 cardigans. I have this maroon cardigan. I've actually been wearing this a ton around the house. I have this black one. I think these are like super sleek to wear to school with a t-shirt underneath or one of the long sleeve t-shirts. I also have my long Roar cardigan. I think it's called the Unwind now, but this is like a classic cardigan for me, perfect for this time of year, this transitional weather. And this one is oversized on me, even in like an extra small, so this can be worn over like any top. And then the last of the topper pieces is this Everlane sweat cardigan. You might have seen me with like a lighter Everlane cardigan. It was featured in one video a couple months back, I think in September, when I was like restyling old outfits. I intended to keep that one, which is exactly why I put it in that video, but it was after watching back that footage and trying to style it more with other pieces that I realized that off-white color did not suit my wardrobe. I did not like wearing it with a lot of other things because the color was off, and I just felt like the black would be more versatile, so I bought this. And I have a bad habit of wearing things with tags for like way longer than they need to be. I've worn this and I love this. I love how thick it is, and it's much more fitted than any of the Aritzia cardigans that I have, which I like really love the fit of this. And because it's so thick, like it's tightly woven and it's thick and kind of like tighter, it is warmer, so this can most likely carry me through fall and winter. And I have 4 bottoms to talk about. I have these straight leg kind of mid-wash jean that you've seen around here before. I also have a black skinny jean, and then I have a couple of new pieces. I have these blue corduroy pants. I really wanted a corduroy. These are high rise and they are a straight leg. I have been trying to buy a corduroy for nearly 2 months. I kid you not, it's been a little bit of a challenge. I did find these ones from Simon's. They are not wide leg. They are, I don't even want to say straight. I would say they're more of a slim, not quite straight, not quite skinny. They do need to be hemmed. They're too long for me. So I do need to do that. So they're not like technically in rotation yet, but they will be very soon. And then the last bottom is this pair of pants. This is like a brown maroon. It looks like it's coming across true to life on camera. It is not quite maroon. It is more of a brown. Maybe showing these two together will help you kind of see the color difference. It's a really beautiful pant. This one is a petite, but it's still long. So this one also needs to be hemmed. So those are all of my pieces in my capsule for this season. Majority of this can be transitioned into winter, and I do suspect only some minor tweaks will be in place for my winter wardrobe, which I hope to bring you in December. Now let's get into the try on.
do do